Welcome to ooLango, the best minutes of your day with Bill and Krista. My name's Krista, and I teach English for a living. I like nature, my dogs, and especially hanging out with Bill.
And I am Bill. I am the writer and host of Winning English, which is a newsletter and video focused on idioms, sayings, and some cultural references as well. I love teaching English, learning about English, and hanging out with Krista, of course.
All right, and before we get started, never miss an episode. Please subscribe, like, and share this video. Your friends who are learning English will appreciate it. All right, so idioms, what are they? They are not literal meanings of words, rather figurative. For example, you could say, it's raining cats and dogs, but is it really raining cats and dogs? No, it means that there's a heavy rain, but it sounds so much more fun to say it's raining cats and dogs. So in English, we have a ton of these, and that's what Bill and I are going to be talking about.
And of course, how in the world did cats and dogs get associated with rain? Honestly, I have no idea. Don't don't overthink it, rather. Just go with it. And we're also going to cover slang words. Slang words you might be familiar with. This is new and creative ways to use the language that haven't been used before. Usually young people come up with all the new slang words, and the rest of us just go along for the ride. So one example is hot. If someone is hot, if they are hot, they are attractive, kind of gets your temperature up. So that's maybe an old-fashioned slang word by this time, but still a slang word nonetheless.
Just don't say your boss is hot. You might want to say your boyfriend or girlfriend is hot if they're attractive. So that's where we're going to come in and make sure that you understand the subtleties between these different uses of the language. Because like Bill was saying, with slang, if you say it to the wrong person, maybe outside of your circle, then it could be offensive. So we're going to help you prevent those embarrassing moments when you go to use the idioms and slang. All right, so let's get.
In fact, my recommendation is don't comment on your boss's looks at all.
Good suggestion.
Certainly don't call them hot.
Good suggestion. All right, so the idioms and slang that we're using for today are cool as a cucumber, which basically means very calm and not easily frustrated if there's something unexpected happening. The other one is hold your horses, which means basically stop. Don't go any further. Just stop what you're saying, what you're doing. Hold your horses, which when you think about it, it's what happens when you have a horse pulling on its bit and you hold the horses, the horse stops. So that one can make a little bit of sense. And then for slang, finally, there's hangry. And fortunately, Bill and I have both had lunch. Hangry is when you are angry because you're hungry. You're hangry. This happens quite a bit. Especially I was confiding in Bill that my husband gets quite hangry very easily if he does not get food. So,
and I think we've all felt that way, right, from time to time, where we are short-tempered if we are hungry. Short-tempered meaning, of course, that you get mad really easily. So combining getting mad, getting angry, hungry, hangry. But yes, I had this giant sandwich for lunch. So I will be cool as a cucumber for this entire time.
All right, I'm glad to hear that, Bill.
Absolutely.
A full stomach will definitely do that to a person, help you be cool as a cucumber.
And of course, I'm ready to go. I want to give them 10 more, but I should probably hold my horses and just focus on a few, stay as cool as a cucumber, don't get ahead of myself, hold my horses and stay calm. But it's hard. It's hard.
Well, I think you're pretty good at it, Bill. You seem pretty cool as a cucumber to me.
I will try. And,
All right.
cool as a cucumber, just to dwell on that for a moment, it's useful in all contexts, really. You don't need to worry about this one so much. So, like, I personally can envision a time where, suppose you're at a big business meeting and there's someone up on stage and she's presenting very well, seems very in control, presenting the information, and someone remarks, "Wow, she's as cool as a cucumber up there on stage." So, and that's perfectly acceptable, friendly, fine.
You'll
Don't have
probably
to worry
say
about
cool
that.
as a cucumber in any circles, and
Yes.
it would make sense and it would be appropriate if you're saying somebody is very level-headed and not easily frustrated. So,
And I think hold your horses is good in any circumstances too, don't you think?
yeah, I could say. And you have to consider the intonation in your voice. In other words, the way you say it. So if you say it in a nice way, like, hold your horses now, let me explain my point of view. But if you say, hold your horses, then it could be obviously perceived a different way.
That is very true. Tone makes a huge difference. Um,
Hmm.
some languages in the world, Krista, are tonal languages where tone carries all the meaning. But English has its tones too, right? Just like you described. If you say it with an angry tone, people are going to get angry back at you. If you're saying it while you're kind of laughing, they might laugh along with you. So it does matter. Yeah.
It does matter. And I can tell you have a very sincere tone when you say that.
Well, my mother, she had a saying, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And
Hmm.
I'm sure that wasn't original to her, but it's true.
It is true. It is true.
Yeah.
Do you want to explain the contest that we're going to have with these idioms and slang?
Yes, sure. So here, let me just check my notes so that I can remain as cool as a cucumber and make sure that I'm giving it to you exactly the way that we're planning here. So each of us, and you correct me if I'm wrong, Krista. By the way, that's a very common way to interrupt yourself. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? You're asking for people's input.
Hmm.
So we're each going to tell a story using the words that we came up with. And then what we want you to do is we want you to vote down in the comments and tell us which story you liked the best. Mine, of course, but I should hold my horses, vote for both of us. And so that's what we want you to do is enjoy our stories, vote for the one you like down below. And then Krista, you have some specific benefits, right?
Yes. If you basically, the other component of this contest is that you can then write in your entry for using these idioms and slangs in your little paragraph. And then we will decide who has the best use of those, and the winner will get 2 free English sessions with me. So there's a little bit of an incentive there,
It's a pretty good
besides
deal.
just the bragging rights.
Yes. Which that matters too.
It
Absolutely.
does. It does.
So which of us is going to go first here?
Why don't I go first? And I have to preface this by saying I have not prepared anything. So I am a little less than cool as a cucumber because I am hangry from not eating my lunch. I'm going to ask Bill to hold his horses and let me go first, and which I just did. All right.
Very good.
Your
Very
turn,
good.
Bill.
All right.
Easy to beat. Easy to beat.
Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to think here about how to get into this. So I'm trying to think of times. I'm trying to be a little positive, right? Because when I think of cool as a cucumber, sometimes it follows. It's in very tense situations, right? You use this in tense situations, and then you see someone who's as cool as a cucumber. So, boy, let me think for a moment. Okay, so uh, perhaps there was a car wreck, right? You come across a car wreck on the side of the road. Like I said, negative, stressful. You come across on a car wreck and you stop to say, "Hey, is everyone okay? Can I help you?" And the person standing on the side of the road says, "No problem. I'm just fine." You might say, "Wow, you're as cool as a cucumber for having just been in an accident. Uh, that's amazing." And the person responds, "Now hold your horses. I'm pretty upset, but I'm trying to stay calm. After all, I didn't have lunch, and I think that's what caused the problem." "Oh, you got hangry, did you?" "Yeah, I got hangry." The
All
end.
right. Very good. Excellent. I love it.
Storytelling time.
Storytelling
And again,
time.
down below, vote, and you could win that prize, as we were talking about.
Yes, yes. And just a reminder to like, share, and subscribe because you don't want to miss any of Bill's fabulous idiom stories like that.
Or Krista's, right?
Or
And you
mine.
want that lesson. So,
That's
so
right.
yeah.
Two of
So
them.
do it. Yes, two. Sorry. Twice the fun.
Yes. And if you don't win the lesson, then you can buy the lessons from me because that's what I do. I teach English. So ooLango.com is where you can find information on that and book your first session for free with me. The prize is 2 sessions. So hope that you have good luck and come up with some fun stories.
And
All
I would
right.
encourage you to go to winningenglish.substack.com and sign up for my newsletter. It comes out every week where I do more idioms and slang words, talk a little bit about culture, sometimes have fun things that I ran across. Krista, I have to point out that I said twice as much fun for 2. Now, I just learned from a British friend the other day that if I turn this around, and I won't do it, it becomes rude. You're telling the person to get away from you, is the nicest way I can put it. It's the F word, if you can think about it. So if you're ever in the United Kingdom and you need to say to, say to. Do not turn your hand around. I just learned that.
Oh,
There are languages to hand signals. So I'll talk about that kind of stuff in my newsletter.
okay. All right. Sounds good. And how much is your newsletter?
It is $0.
Free. All right. I
Free.
love free. So there's no reason not to subscribe. So what is that website again? winningenglishsubstack.com.
Winning
Okay.
English, all one word, .substack.com.
So subscribe to Bill's newsletter. All right. Well, we have one idiom in closing, and that is to call it a day. call it a day, what does it mean, Bill?
It means you say it to other people. You say, let's call it a day. And that means let's finish. We're done. Maybe we're hungry and we just want to be finished. So we say, let's call it a day. It's friendly and it can be used in any situation from casual to business. So, Krista, should we call it a day?
Before we call it a day, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Your friends who are learning English will appreciate it. And yeah, I think we should. Let's call it a day, Bill. Until the next time, next week, when we come out with some new idioms and slang.
Fantastic. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Let's call it a day. Bye.
Bye, Krista.